One thing that not too many people actually know is that last year as a sophomore in college, I almost dropped out. I was literally like this close to dropping out. And I was ready. I was searching apartments. Now I had a little bit of online business going at the time, and I was like, okay, let me get a basic job at a gym, at a basic job somewhere where I can get a little bit of like money coming in, and then scale everything else that I'm doing. And I was so close. I was literally so close. I was already talking about that with counselors. I'm like, man, I just really don't like it. It's really hard for me. And the reason why you might wonder why didn't you like it? Why weren't you enjoying college? Because a lot of people, your parents, my parents say like college is the best time of my life. It was the best years of my life. And for me, it was just a few things, a few variables. If I'm being honest, one, I was struggling to like fit in. A lot of people in college, and I never like judge people, so it's not like that. But a lot of people were just focused on different things than me, and so it's hard to relate to those people. Number two, with the stuff that I was learning, I was like, man, like what am I learning? This stuff is so dated. I'm never gonna use this in my entire life. I think I could learn so much more on my own on the things that I want to do, the things I'm actually good at. And then number three, I just was burned out of school, studying for so many years, and I was always trying to always for my parents, and I have immigrant parents, so it's like very much school driven, and school is the way out into like success down the line. You could probably relate to that if you're watching this video, but I just hated it. Like I despised it. I was having such a tough time studying. I was a 4.0 student in high school, and sophomore year of college, my GPA was like a 2. It was, yeah, like a 2 2 because I just couldn't study. I was having such a tough time on these things that I was like, man, what am I doing? I'm just wasting my time. It felt harder for me to sit in class than to not even go. It was just at a really dark point, and my mental health was kind of bad too, and I was all over the place. But if you're watching this video, you're probably feeling exactly what I'm saying. Your parents probably want you to go to college, and it's kind of hard how to tell them, like, if you don't want to, and you just don't know what road is right for you. And let me tell you, my idea like shifted for the greater after I realized one thing. In college, I actually have a lot of free time. Now, I was always procrastinating, not doing my stuff, but I really realized that about 30 hours of my week, we have about 140 hours in a week, 24 times 7 days, that's at least with what I'm concerned, 160 hours a week, right? 30 of those hours 30 of those hours were preoccupied, maybe 40 if you're going to like a higher level school or something. So 30 to 40 hours per week, or, we'll say 40, preoccupied with school, studying, all that stuff. That means 75% of your hours of your day are free. So why not use that to do those things that you want to do, those things you would be doing if you weren't in school? Research that thing, start that, do that business idea, try to like find people like you, because you have more time right now than you probably will if you were working a basic job and you were struggling to get on your feet, versus being in that position where you are right now, being in college. It's like, okay, do the bare minimum, get good grades, what you and your parents will be satisfied with, and then use all that other free time to try to explore those business ideas and all those things you want to do. I think that clicked for me. I don't know why it clicked so much, but it's like, yeah, like I'm so negative towards college. I hate it. I literally hated it. But why don't I just do the bare minimum and use it kind of like a job where I'm getting paid because I got a great scholarship. That's what enabled me to go to school in Miami. Um, but why don't I treat this kind of like a job? Treat it like they're paying me to go to school. Now I'll do them and kind of make everyone happy, but then I'll in my free time do all this other stuff that I want to do. And that's what I realized, and that was the big switch for me, and why I didn't drop out. It was such a tough decision for me. As I said, I was looking at apartments, and I realized that you gotta just like find some people who are on the same page as you. And you at your school might be like there's no one, but I promise you there's a few people. But realize those people are gonna be hard to find, because if they're like you, if they're like me, they're not doing what everyone else is doing. So it's harder to find them. But once you find one, two people, one, two friends who are on the same wave as you, like that's what you need. That's all you need. So really work on doing those things, staying true to your values, and just finding those people like you. Because I promise you, if you got someone with you in this boat, and it might suck, it might suck because it sucked for me. But once I found a few people, like, it made it so much more enjoyable being at college. People I could relate to, people I could talk to, things that actually like I wanted to talk about, not some other thing that other people were talking about, some deeper stuff. And this is kind of crazy, but a lot of my best friends in Miami aren't from school. I've met them from going to the gym. I've met them like just out in public. I've met them through people. And so don't close yourself off and say there's no one. Like you probably you go to college in a city where there's, it's probably not a isolated college town. If it is, like, you got to work with that. But if you are in a city, like, you have so many people going in and out. Like, put yourself in those places you want to be. If you like being in a library, in a bookstore, go there. If you want to be in a coffee shop, go there. If you want to go to a gym outside of campus, like, go there, because you'll meet people who are like you. Because similar minds, like similar people, we think alike. We're doing the same thing, so you'll find those people. But I really just want to emphasis that on this video. You have so much more time than you think you do in college. If you take away all your scrolling, all your stuff, and I'm still guilty to it to some degree, right? It's not like me and we're not perfect, bro. But like, take away all those distractions, get the stuff done in school, and realize how much time you have, and use that time to just be productive in things that you want to do. Because say you're having those same thoughts as me. It's like, I want to do big things in life, and I feel like in college I'm gonna be confined to like this basic 9 to 5 job, and I don't see where it's gonna go. Cause that was me. But I realized, like, okay, let me just learn with college as much as I can of stuff that interests me. If it doesn't interest me, do the bare minimum. If I see myself enjoying it, or I think it's valuable, like finance classes, economics, stuff like that, I'm gonna try to just learn as much as stuff that I think can help me out. Like, why are you so closed off? Because if you're like, man, like, I hate school shit, like, that was me. I was numb to the whole thing. Like, I was so, I was so bored. I was gonna say I was jaded. It was a jaded experience because I just lacked enthusiasm. I was bored. But, like, I also, that was kind of suffocating my whole day and my whole life. Like, man, school sucks. I hate it. It sucks. And that negativity was surrounding me. But the moment my mindset switched to like, use college to your advantage, use it to meet people, because at your school, at my school, you can probably meet people who are very successful in a broad avenue of fields and stuff. So try to meet those people that you think can help you. Network, meet people your age doing similar things as you. Use that degree. Like, this stuff is all gonna make you stronger than if you were to drop out and start your own thing. And it's still possible. You can drop out and start your own thing and be very successful. But I'm saying, like, play your cards to your advantage, get your degree, meet people, network with people, and feed those curiosities, those things you want to enjoy, learning and stuff, like, in your free time. And if you graduate college with all those things, you'll be much more successful than your peers, and you'll be on the right track. I promise you that. It's kind of like confirmation bias. I was talking to my friend Armand about this, and we were talking about, like, people try to, like, search for the things they want to see. Like, if you're searching some very niche thing, like on Google, like, why X isn't happening, and you search that, like, you're gonna be met with reasons why X isn't happening when there's a whole other side to that thing. So stop being so closed off, because trust me, we were in the same boat. School was the last thing I want to do. I was literally this close to dropping out, but I stuck with it. I kept going, and when it was very tough, because I hated it, I had those tough talks, and now I'm in a much better spot than I was, and I'm gonna get my degree, and I'm gonna just use everything to my advantage and just soak up as much information as I can. I'm gonna try to Velcro onto all those things that I want to learn, because not everything is gonna even have that opportunity, and you're not gonna want to learn about accounting or some stuff maybe that just bores you. But, like, just use as much as you can. Go do those things, and, like, use them to your advantage, and try to gain as much as you can out of those things. Because you can learn something from everyone, right? They say that, but, like, the homeless person on the street, the rich, but, like, you can learn something from everyone. So stop being so closed off, and like really think about it, because I think that you probably have a lot more free time than you think you do. So that was a big realization for me, and I just wanted to share that on this video, because I think a lot of you guys who are watching my channel can relate to that, where it's like, college isn't for me. I don't know. It's just, I don't know if college is for me. It might have been back in the day, but I don't know if it's for me. So just wanted to record this quick video for the channel. Yeah, have those tough talks with your people, and do those hard things, because you're not going to feel like them. But I promise you, like, I try to say that every video, but those hard things are going to probably make you into a better person. Because I was thinking last thing I'll talk about is like I was thinking the other day, almost every single hard thing I've had in my life on a long enough time horizon turned into something like really good. And I was like very proud of the person I became because of that thing or how I developed. So yeah, that's kind of what's on my mind. Hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, have a nice night. Happy New Year. It's almost 2024, so let's make it a good year.